Walk by faith, not by sight. Hello everyone, it's your girl Naturalistic Kimmy G, aka Kim God's Child, and I'm coming to you to do just a quick video about locks. I recently went on my loc journey in April. This is now July 30th, 2016. So it's been about a month. I went on my natural hair journey in 2012. I decided to cut all my perm off, for those of you who know, who follow my channel, those of you who don't know, and completely go natural. So for me, that was quite a journey. Forgive me for looking down. At any rate, I am now a loc sister. So these are 3 months in. As I said, I decided to go ahead with the install of locks. I was very nervous at first, you know, because I'm wondering, like, it's so permanent. What am I going to do, you know? But I found out that the styles are limitless for locks. I didn't get the sister locks. I didn't want the bigger locks. I just wanted small, but not big. So let me show you real quickly, and then I'll go over a few things. Get up close. So I was going to show you a picture of what they looked like. I meant to share the initial install with you guys, but as life happened, I never did get to do that. So I'm not going to try to make this pretty long and drawn out. I just wanted to start this journey because time goes so quickly, and it's been 3 months in already, and I've seen so much change. So this is what they looked like when I got them first installed. 3 months ago, and they are, and then this is about a month later. Sorry, just a screenshot. At any rate, let's go back to the install. And those are coils. She didn't do the 2-strand twists. She actually started with the coils. And so what the coil method is, she takes the comb. I'm sure you could do it yourself. Probably you could YouTube it and do it yourself. I have done my own natural hair for almost 4 years, and I learned a lot about my natural hair. Check me out, you know, go and look at some of my past videos on my journey if you want to understand. I have 4C hair, so 4C hair is one of the tightest coiled hair there is if you do hair typing. So I learned a lot on my journey about what works for me, what doesn't work, you know, not following the stereotypical things, what the natural hair community tells you to do. It's kind of like what works for you. That's what you have to do. So I got the coils in my hair, and so my stylist, she takes the comb and wraps it around your hair and kind of coils it down. And so then thus you have these coils, and then there, you know, you probably know more than me, but for those of you who don't know, let me share with you. And they're starter locks. And so initially, I mean, if you have long hair, then you'll probably start out, you know, with decent sized locks. With my hair just maybe reaching my shoulder, and then the front is just reaching right under my lip. And then the back, I'll show you that in a minute. Mine shrank immediately. So what happens is when you first get your locks, I was so nervous I almost canceled the appointment. And I woke up one day and I was like, you know, I'm going to get locks. It's a lot of work in natural hair. It's so beautiful. You know, you could do the styles, but each week, in my busy day, I found myself, you know, every other night. Initially, I was twisting it every night That's a lot of work. Then I learned how to pineapple it, and then I learned how to make styles last a little bit longer. But then there's still a lot of work. It's worth it. You kind of get used to it, you know, and then doing the deep conditions, washing it every week because natural hair needs moisture. And so it was just after, for me, 4 years, I have a family member, my daughter, she went on a loc journey 3 years ago and her locks were so beautiful. So I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. And so, as I said, the styles are limitless. I'm not afraid. When I went, I was so nervous. But when I came out the first day, they were I got so much love. And it's kind of like buying a new car. You know, when you first get a new car, you never noticed that car before. And then you go out and you see your car everywhere, your type of car. Well, that's how it is with locks. I don't use the term dreadlocks. For me personally, yes, they're dreadlocks, they're locks. It's, you know, tomato, tomato. But I'm such an upbeat person that I just don't use the term dread. For me, it's nothing personal. I just say I have locks. But, you know, I got so much love that it was a confidence booster. Not that I care what people think about me, but when I first big chopped and I went outside, my hair was so short and I was used to I had long hair, you know, but I had permed it all my life. So to cut it all off, oh, I was nervous, but I began to embrace it. Thus, the locks. So as you know, these are just small locks. They're not sister locks. There are a bunch of them in there. I don't do anything at this point. You know, it's kind of hard when you're natural. You're so used to doing something to your hair all the time that you don't have to do anything. So you have to just let them rest and grow. And I've been back twice to have a root retwist. The first time was in 3 weeks, which was probably too soon, but because of my vanity, you know, I had saw so much new growth. But then the second time, I've only had my roots retwisted twice in the 3 months. I waited 2 months and I went back because I needed a color. And so it's low maintenance. They go through different phases. So you go through the first phase where it just looks like, you know, you just have a lot of coils in your hair. And then like now, I don't know what I don't know phases, just like hair types, they're phases. So let's see. These are what they look like. Now it's going through, at first, I noticed that it seemed like I was having some dryness in some places because my hair was so used to moisture. So what my stylist told me to do was get some sea breeze and run it through my scalp. I got a Q-tip and put some sea breeze on the scalp. By the way, that stuff is great for your face, for cleansing your makeup, followed by a moisturizer. Love the sea breeze. So then now that is starting to bud, is what I'm told are called buds. Let's see if you can see little buds on there. It's starting to bud, and then I'm noticing some frizzies. See, and I didn't have those at first. So I'm asking her, like, well, what do I do about the frizzies? I wanted to put water in my hair so bad. Now you get it washed when, you know, when she retwists. I got the roots. I keep saying retwist, but you only get the roots twisted. It's not retwisted. It's twisting the new growth. So, you know, with the locks, of course, you do nothing. You just let them rest and grow. And that's kind of what I love about it. So when I got it washed, and how she washed it, she put a net over my hair. Now, I know how to wash it now. Initially, I didn't want to do it because you could use the videos. I'm pretty, you know what to do to my hair, so forth and so on. But I wanted to go the professional route because this is a long-term commitment, these locks. You know, I'm not going to cut them out probably ever or anytime soon. So, you know, but now I know to wash, you just get a net with kind of the bigger holes. You put a net over your hair, and then you suds, you know, you wet it, and then you suds it and massage your scalp to wash. you know, and then you rinse, and then you put your conditioner in, and let it sit, and then you do the same way, but you put a net over the hair to kind of not disturb it so much. Now, I don't know, you know, if that's the same process as your locks grow. I will find out, and you will follow me on my journey. So I am a colored sister. I've always colored my own hair. Natural sisters can color their hair. I like the locks. Sorry. Natural sisters can color your hair, but you must take care of your hair. I use Shea Moisture Bright Auburn. It's because my hair was so dark. My hair in the sun is a much brighter red. But you must just take care of your hair. You know, after you color it, find a color that is not harsh for your hair, doesn't have ammonia, you know, all that harsh stuff in your hair. So Shea Moisture is a really good coloring system. I can't find it at any store. Target has it, but I have to order it online and pick it up, or I just catch Shea Moisture online when they have a sale, and I'll get a bunch of them. So now that I have the locks, as my hair grows, I've only had it colored once, and that was about a week and a half ago. And you see I'm already starting to get some growth. So it's basically you color your hair the same way. You take the brush, you know, I have the little coloring brush, and you color the new growth. And then you wash it the same way that I told you wash it. I had my stylist do it for me. I think I will color it next time, but I'm not ready to retwist the roots. It seems simple enough to do, but I'd rather pay her to do it. And, you know, keeping in mind, you only have to do it every 2 months, or depending on your hair growth, or depending, you know, how much you want that new growth to show. So this is the front. Let's see if I can show you the back. This is my shrinkage. Okay, see that one right there? That's what happens. Sometimes you wake up and you'll have one that goes ploop. So it's okay. So, you know, mine are still in the beginner stage, but, and of course you could still style your hair. You know, you could put up, you know, updos and, you know, do a pompadour or a ponytail, or, you know, the styles are limitless. But I just wanted to come on as I start my journey. I hope I didn't talk too much. I want to encourage anyone who is afraid of locks to get them. Questions. How long does it take for these? These are medium small locks. It took about 5 hours, I think. I went at 6:30 and I was out by 11:30. So, and then the retwisting of the roots takes maybe about 2 hours. Does it hurt? No, not if you're, you know, not tender-headed. Is it expensive? No, not at all. I think I paid $125. That's here in the Inland Empire for these. My granddaughter, she got some, and hers are only $85 because she didn't want hers as big. So retwist, I think, is $55 or something like that. You know, so you figure if you're, you know, doing all these other things to your hair, and you're buying products, or you're going to the shop, or you're getting your weave, or you're getting, you know, so if you spend $55 every 2 or 3 months, you don't have to comb your hair. Listen, I just want to encourage, this is, you know, all natural, a new journey for me. Follow my journey as we grow together. A whole new channel for me. I love you for watching. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can leave your comments below. I am Naturalista Kimmy G on Instagram, Kim God's Child here on YouTube, and at Yelp, I am Creative Minds Family Childcare. If you need childcare, I'm your girl in the Inland Empire. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Did I say washing? I want to wash my hair. for watching. Love and like, as my daughter says, Catalea. My daughter is Catalea Gordon. You can find her all over the place. I'll give you a shout out, Catalea. But anyways, thank you, and we will see you later. Always remember, put God first and the rest will follow. And please stay blessed. Smooches.